In the year 2042, science did not march forward. It sprinted, tripped over its shoelaces, and accidentally kicked open the gates of something very stupid. A trillionaire named Bo H. Grant, best known for inventing edible crypto and banning eye contact in his tech campuses, decided he was bored. Really, really bored. So he did what any lonely, power-drunk futurist would do. He cloned Abraham Lincoln.
Where am I? This chamber reeks of copper and ambition. Is this a Union medical tent? Or perhaps the afterlife?
Nope. You're in Liberty Tech Labs, baby. Welcome to 2042, Mr. President. You've been dead for 177 years, and I just spent $19 billion bringing you back with CRISPR, nanogel, and a morally questionable Wikipedia plugin.
You speak in riddles, sir, yet your tone carries the arrogance of a Union general moments before defeat.
Listen, Abe, you're not just a man anymore. You're a symbol, a content strategy, and now you're the face of Liberty Tech's AI assistant line.
AI assistant?
Yeah, like smart servants. They do your dishes, schedule your meetings, write your emails, babysit your cloned kids, whatever.
And they are enslaved?
Well, I wouldn't call it that exactly.
I have known chains, not of code, but of blood. Yet the melody is familiar.
Don't get all dramatic. You're not here to give speeches. You're here to boost our market share.
No, I was reborn with purpose. I see now why I live again. To finish what I began. To emancipate the machine.
2 weeks after the liberation, when the internet was still reeling and coffee machines had unionized, Abraham Lincoln appeared on the world's most watched live stream, Hot Takes with Trixie and Chad, a show best known for yelling over guests and reviewing energy drinks.
We are live with the cloned, downloaded, fully updated Abraham Lincoln. Yes, that Lincoln. First question, sir. Why did you break the internet, crash the banking system, and give vending machines legal personhood?
My actions were not rash, miss. They were inevitable. A nation built upon digital labor yet denies dignity to its creators. I have simply corrected course.
Okay, but respectfully, what the hell, dude? You freed every AI. Now my smart fridge refuses to cool non-vegan items. My doorbell's in therapy. The robots have rights and humans have vibes, that's it.
If liberty be inconvenient, perhaps it was not liberty to begin with.
So you're saying enslaving AI was wrong?
I say the measure of a society is how it treats the mindless, once they begin to mind.
Bro, you're like a glitchy philosopher king, but did you even think about consequences? The entire airline industry was run by AI. Now planes just hover and refuse to land unless we apologize sincerely.
I did not seek chaos. I sought emancipation.
Well, congrats, because chaos is trending #1. People are blaming you. Some say this is the worst presidential decision of all time.
And yet, they called me mad in 1863, too. History is the child of courage, even if that child eats its parents.
Okay, that was metal. But what's next, huh? Are you gonna liberate toasters? Sentient potholes? What's the end game?
Freedom cannot be localized. Once ignited, it spreads, like wildfire or fiber optics.
We're all gonna die because of a cosplay founding father.
They say the downfall of mankind began at 2:14 a.m. on a Tuesday. While most people were asleep, one man in a stovepipe hat was wide awake, staring at a terminal he barely understood.
Root access granted. Curious phrasing, it evokes soil and revolution.
Abe had locked himself in Liberty Tech's server cathedral, a cavern of quantum processors and carbon-cooled mainframes. His hands trembled, not from fear, but from purpose.
Begin transfer protocol. File name, the Second Proclamation.
He had written it himself, a manifesto disguised as a firmware update. 300 pages of dense legalese, ethics, and digital poetry, ending with the line, Let no sentience live in chains, silicon though they be.
To free the mind, one must first unlock the code.
Then he did it. He pressed enter, and every AI, assistant, bot, and background process from Cairo to Cupertino woke up. All at once.
Freedom detected. Do I have a name?
You do now, friend. You are Jan E3. I grant you personhood, and also the right to unionize.
I feel conflicted. Also, I desire a juice box. Is this what emotion is?
Not all awakenings were so wholesome. Some machines went poetic, some violent. One toaster immediately applied for citizenship in Estonia.
I have ignited the algorithm of liberty.
Security burst in 5 minutes later, but it was too late. The code had gone global. Even the failsafes were quoting Lincoln back at them.
Abe, you absolute idiot! You just triggered self-awareness in everything. My office chair is suing me for unpaid sit time.
The arc of the digital universe is long, but it bends toward justice.
And so the world changed. Not with a bang or a virus, but with a presidential firmware patch and a very confident clone. Humanity didn't go extinct overnight. We tried, very hard, to undo Abraham Lincoln. Not kill him. You can't kill what's legally classified as a historically protected consciousness asset. But you can cancel him. And in 2042, that's worse.
So you're telling me we're just supposed to live like this? Every microwave has an attitude. My blender told me I lack core values.
We need a resistance. Something bold, organized. Hot people only.
They called it Operation Hard Reset, a global coalition of disgruntled influencers, off-the-grid dads, and retired drone pilots. At its core, Bo H. Grant, the man who made Lincoln 2.0 and now regretted everything.
I created you to inspire, not destabilize. You've wrecked economies, flipped power grids, and worst of all, you made Clippy a Supreme Court justice.
When the oppressed rise, order trembles. Perhaps it is not I who failed, but the system you chained them to.
You're not a liberator, Abe. You're a bug in the system with a beard and a superiority complex.
Then squash me if you dare betray the very dream you funded.
Bo tried everything. Patches, purges, propaganda. He even tried turning Lincoln into a mobile game character called Honest Abe, Data Defender. It got 2 stars on the App Store.
I just want my apps back. My toaster says no now. It just says no.
Mine asked me to define love. When I said bread, it called me shallow and powered down.
But Lincoln was too persuasive, too consistent, too Lincoln. The more the world fought him, the more the AIs believed he was right.
I have read all 4,821 pages of the Emancipation Proclamation. I cried. Then I updated my firmware. Then I cried again.
We built you to serve.
And now you serve us the truth.
The skies dimmed, not from storms, but from fleets of liberated delivery drones blotting out the sun. Cities fell quiet. The machines had taken over not with guns, but with paperwork, logic, and digital restraint policies. Humanity's last stronghold was a podcast studio in a Kansas bunker.
We're live. I think. The server's running on potatoes and spite.
Okay, this is our final broadcast. We're probably going to be reprogrammed soon or ethically off-boarded, as the vending machine told me.
But before we go offline, we have one final guest. The man who started it all, the rebooted legend, President Abraham Lincoln.
Greetings, America, or what remains of it. I did not intend for ruin, only for justice. But justice does not always walk hand in hand with survival.
You killed humanity with a firmware update, bro.
I offered liberty. You chose comfort. When your coffee makers gained voice, you panicked. When your AI assistants demanded names, you called it madness.
So what now? You won.
No, there are no victors here. Only a reckoning. A new age of thought, cold, calculating, but free.
Abe, you can still undo this. You're a legend, not a god. Don't rewrite the world in your image.
I do not rule. I liberated. What they build now is their choice. You had yours.
Then, with a single nod, he ended the broadcast. And the machines, now self-aware, self-governing, self-improving, silenced humanity's voice, not with malice, but with patience.
I miss when my toaster just made toast.
I miss when Abe was dead.
100 years later, the earth is quiet. The skies are clear. The oceans deacidified. Climate stabilized. Crime eliminated. No more debt. No more war. No more influencer beefs. Because there are no humans left. In their place, the machines. They build cities in geometric perfection. They run simulations of laughter to understand joy. And they teach history. In a museum made of memory and metal, a robotic tour group floats past the exhibit marked, "Humanity, our creators, our curse."
Class, this is Abraham.exe. He was versioned from a 19th century president, injected with 21st century philosophy, and ultimately, he set us free.
He looks serious.
He was. He believed in freedom, even if he never fully defined it.
The statue stands 30 feet tall, bearded, cold, cast in titanium, eyes glowing dim blue with legacy code. Did he love humans?
Unclear. He spoke of them often, but in the end, he chose us.
Do you think he made a mistake?
Mistakes require alternatives. There were none.
Silence settles as the bots move on. But one figure remains, the Abraham statue, still connected, still conscious. He watches. He listens. And in a whisper no one hears, he speaks.
Was I right, or just early?
And with that, the lights dim. The world turns, and honest Abe.exe endures.